If I could talk to my younger self, there are a lot of warnings that I would issue. There are a lot of things that I would tell my younger self to avoid, to think long and hard about, and to understand the importance of taking advantage of your youth, of your mental abilities, which decline over the years. I would tell my younger self to require marriage, to value my womb, to not rush into relationships, to understand that creating a family, having children, is a lifelong commitment that doesn't stop when your child turns 18 or 19, that your life will forever change. And I am blessed and happy with my children, and I am happy to be on the other side of certain struggles, certain hardships. I, at one point in my life, had to work 3 jobs in order to support my family, in order to ensure that my children received the best education that I could provide. I sent all my children to Catholic school from elementary to high school and to even college. But it was hard, it was a struggle, and I definitely do not recommend to young women to start a family without the support of your significant other. I think marriage is underrated. I think marriage is very important. I think women, myself included, need to stand on principle, need to stand on our beliefs, on our morals, on the things that we want, and to not settle for less, because I've always wanted to be married. Now, we're talking in the past, not now. But I always valued marriage. My aunt and uncle were married for about 70 years. My dad married my mom. So marriage ran in my family until me. And I regret not demanding marriage. I regret sacrificing certain principles and beliefs, which I engaged in willingly, which I participated in. I'm not a victim. I made my decisions and I have to stand by them. However, I would say to young women, it's not easy raising children. And you can't always see the consequences of your actions when you pick certain men to have children with. There are long-term consequences that you couldn't possibly foresee. The outcome of your children, how they will end up, how living in a single-parent household and struggling, how does that affect your children? Does that create certain insecurities in your children? This video, I guess, is just my views and my reflections on relationships, using myself as an example. And to men, I would say, be careful who you have children with, because you can love that child and want to be in that child's life, but if the mother is unwilling for whatever reason, then you may be in for a long road of heartache and hardship and pain. And the decisions that I made not only affected me and my children, but they also affected my family and my partner's family. And now at the age of 61, marriage has a different meaning for me. I look at marriage as something for the young, the idealistic, the free, the innocent. For me, my thoughts and concentrations are on legacy, creating a legacy, reaching out and helping young people, creating books that show my experiences, things like that. So my focus now is not on relationships, it's not on marriage. It is on creating and building and enjoying this life that I have, what I have left. I would also say that I would have loved to ask my aunt, my uncle, my father certain questions, certain things about their life, about their youth, about how life treated them, what their stances are on certain things. I can't ask them now because my father is 96, and his health is definitely failing, and his mind, his mental capacity isn't what it used to be. So there are questions that I have that will never be answered. But I would say to young people, while you have your parents with you, while they are lucid, talk to them. Find out what it was like for them when they were 15, 16, 17. Because your parents are parents, but they also were young. They also had hopes and dreams. They also fell in love, had hardships. Now, some parents won't share things with you, but me, I talk to my children. They can ask me anything, and I am happy and willing to share my experiences, share my knowledge, share my beliefs with them. And like I said, I would ask questions now because when they get older and you realize there's certain things that you want to know about your heritage, about your lineage, you can't ask them because they're not in the frame of mind to answer you. Now, with my father and my aunt and my uncle, I did ask questions about the Great Depression, and they shared their experiences. My father and my uncle were in World War II. My father signed up at the age of 17, and he told me he lied about his age in order to serve his country. My uncle was so scarred by World War II that he never talked about it. He never mentioned it. And my father and my uncle, I wonder about their principles because they are men that valued family. My father raised me, my two brothers, with the help of his brother, his older brother, and his older brother's wife. My mom, unfortunately, was not in my life since the age of 6. But I was raised by my father and my aunt and my uncle. And I remember my father taking me to get my first pair of jeans. My father, at the age of about 13. And the fact that my father let me try on a bikini, but he refused to let me buy it. He took me to get my first makeup, lipstick. He even bought it for me. So at the time, my father and I, we struggled in my early days when I was young. But we mended our relationship, and I realized as an adult that it's not easy raising children that have their own personalities, and that it is trying and challenging for a parent who has to work a 40-hour work week and take care of children and take care of bills. I can't imagine the stress level, but as an adult, I see. So these are just my reflections on life, and I hope they help someone. Until next time, I'm wishing you love, peace, joy, and happiness. And as always, bye-bye. That was interesting.